really thanks for the opportunity to come and share a little bit about my background, and hopefully I'll be able to provide some insights into what I've been doing, what we have been doing, and help you, especially the founders here, in their journey where they are taking. I was just keeping a score. There were 4 Cisco people on the stage today, and then 3 ServiceNow. Parisa and Greg Pedroff was also.
So you know who my target ICP is for limited partners. He's an investor in the fund. Jigna's an investor.
So I'm just trying to see the profile of people coming up here. About my background, I think I'll date myself a long time. Almost close to 4 decades now, I started my technology journey, and computer science graduate, always was just grew up with technology, always was interested to solve problems. Always thought about how can I create some things which were, it's going to, not only I'm solving it for today's requirement, because a lot of times you meet your stakeholders and they get the requirements, but how do you design an architect for the future out there? So that's my always the thought process. But my journey has been, in fact, I started as an engineer on the product side. I was very fascinated when I was building products, like how these products are getting used. And today I learned something new about a year back, forward deployment engineering. I'd never heard about it, but I was a forward deployment engineer 30 years back. I was like, oh wow, I did that. I took my product out there and I deployed at customer sites and improved on that. And then this got more fascinated with helping customers implement. So I went into the implementation, went into consulting, and then came on the IT side. And I've been to 2 decades in the IT side, and also from a geography point of view, more than half my life now is in the US. Lived in Chicago, lived in Boston, now in Bay Area for almost 17, 18 years.
Yeah, and then now you've transitioned into a role, or has the role been created for you
I would say when it's been now I'm close to 10 years at ServiceNow. Went very fast, and this role was created about 5 years back. This emerging technology group was created because when I started, I was really interested in the platform, what it could potentially do, how it was being used internally by our internal deployment. So, but the curiosity was always there, like what can I do to solve for our employees out there? In fact, my first team, which I incubated internally, was called Employee Experience. And I used to joke with my manager, my boss, that I never had an idea what employee experience was. So we're like, okay, you created something, and I never had seen employee experience as a title outside in the industry. So I said, you are creating something which you are not going to let me now go outside ServiceNow. So I started that, built some experiences on a platform. Every problem I saw, we could solve that way. And that kind of led to creating this new group, because was always looking for an opportunity to how to create solutions in an innovative way, which was not solved in the enterprise out there. So emerging technology had 2 purposes. One was internally what we could solve, but also at the same time, one of the gaps we had internally was what was happening outside ServiceNow. Nobody, like, we were all blinded inside. We loved ServiceNow platform, but what was going outside ServiceNow? For last 5 years, one of the things I've been involved is I've met with almost on an average about 1 a week early stage startup. I speak with them, interact with them, look at it, what their pitches are, look at an opportunity for POC, give them some guidance. So over the last 5 years, probably close to 200 different early stage startups I have met with them, and just being part of that ecosystem. So it has helped me to learn. It has helped ServiceNow to learn. Some of those companies became ServiceNow Ventures, invested in them. It was not part of my role. One of the companies recently was announced as an acquisition. Veza was a company I worked with about 4 years back. So that ecosystem has been like, what is happening outside to bring that internally and learn more about it.
So you can see why I'm so excited to have him in our partnership. He's going to give opportunities to our founders, right? We have 33 investments from Progressive Ventures and 24 new companies we've helped start. And this year, we probably will have another 70. So every year, 70 to 100 companies I'm touching.
And I know when you spoke to me a few months back, that was my uh, my own interest to, like, can I help the founders?
Yes.
That is what I want to do. As I'm been in this industry for a long time. How can I help the founders out there? That's the reason I said, okay, I'm going to spend my day here to listen to the founders.
This is like so precious to just have you here, sitting here. You know, I'm going to take a quick aside and ask you, how can we engage? Like, if I have 70 to 100 companies I'm helping every year, the scale is so, it's much more than I could have ever imagined myself, right? Like 2 years ago, if you'd asked me, I'd have said, impossible, this cannot happen. But it's happening. And so now, how do I put these founders in front of you? Are there like certain areas of pain that you see where I can do the matching for you so that you're not like reading 50 slide decks?
You have already done it, right? Today you did that. Obviously, I'm looking at some of the. There are different ways like we can help the founders. Which I've done is sometimes we just give feedback on their pitch, right? Are they how well their pitch is, because they might not be like who they are pitching to. They are pitching to the who's the buyer, the CIO or the CTO or the CHRO. Who are you pitching to, or the head of sales or whatever level of organization you are pitching to, how ready they are, how their storytelling is. Like I was listening this morning, like how their storytelling, and can you in 5 minutes able to communicate the problem you're solving. So one is that aspect. I look at it and I've learned a lot. I myself is also looking at like how can I make my pitches better when I'm doing my internal presentation. Where I can potentially, or where we can do better a little bit is I've worked with a lot of VCs. Some of them, like I'll just you name Greylock and Axels and Menlo. We bring in we bring in about half a dozen of early stage startup companies from that side, and then they come and present to we'll build together a forum internally. And they will come and present, and then we'll decide whether we want to continue further with a POC. We'll pick up topics. Like in some cases, we will, like if it's a very security specific portfolio, they will bring. Then we'll make sure that we have our CISO and his team involved in it. If it is going to a go-to-market related focus group is there, then we'll bring in the go-to-market team. If it is HR, so we will do from that perspective, segment it that way, so that we can bring the right people from ServiceNow to be participating in that particular conversation.
Incredible, yeah. So thank you for that support and offer. Now it's been recorded, so there's no going back. So tell me a little bit more about the journey of ServiceNow. You know, I used to work on ITSM before ServiceNow was created at TIPCO. And people have been trying to, you know, build ITSM tools for a long time. What is it that ServiceNow did right as a startup and then have sustained it, that they have become like a Salesforce?
I hope you get an opportunity to talk to our founder than me about what ServiceNow did. Good. I think so. ServiceNow, just what I have been as for 10 years, the ServiceNow company has been existing for 20 plus years now. In fact, the way, if people may not know where it started with, it started as a platform company. It was supposed to be like a workflow engine company to connect departments to get their work done. So that was the foundation of it. But the way when they started pitching to, who would you pitch to? It was to the CIO. And when they were pitching to the CIO, you needed some kind of a demo. Like I'm sure you all are creating some demos for a particular vertical based on your pitching. So they created, ServiceNow created a demo for use ITIL as a foundation to, and used incident management. How do you solve incident, and use that as a demo to pitch to the CIOs. CIOs, when they saw that, or their team saw it, said, okay, understood the platform, but what we really liked is your simple incident flow, which you have created. We are more interested to buy that. So the company pivoted from being a platform company into more of an ITSM company. And that is how that ITSM product was born.
So there's so many products that do workflow automation.
Yeah, and that is how.
But this one was something different. What was it?
Right? So it was a simple thing. It's still a very simple workflow engine, simple problem, which nobody see. No, IT used to care. IT cared about every other department. They cared about the HR, they cared about finance, the ERPs, the HR platform, the sales platform, but nobody cared about IT, their own work, right? So basically, ServiceNow saw that space and then
I
went
think it
into.
was a bunch of fragmented tools before, like TIBCO and Oracle and all of them,
Yeah,
right?
so there was
Yeah.
some all, and then what happens is when you are there were some tools which in IT world is you're not modernizing the tools. So when ServiceNow came with a modern platform, then that kind of accelerated for a lot of IT CIOs to migrate over there, and then it was a combination of different capabilities IT needs in an organization. But it is still the, I would say, the core of our business still is very focused on IT buyer, but now it is across the entire C-suite. We have products.
And then how are you weaving in AI into your own product strategy?
So we like everybody else, we bolted on an LLM. We were already about 3 years into building an LLM with Hugging Face, the open source. So we had a partnership with them. So when we saw when ChatGPT came and it changed the complete narrative of the market. Before that, we already had AI in the platform. We were using AI for prediction. We were using AI to predict how much time will take to resolve incident. We were able to predict or be able to route tickets to the right assignment group instead of humans doing it. So we were already had AI in the platform, which was like the analytical AI. But with came the large language models, it was generation and the summarization. So we got our large language model, which was the partnership with Hugging Face. We brought that in, but obviously all the frontier models like and Claude and OpenAI and everything is now the platform is integrated because customers, you have to go where customers are asking you to go. So they are asking for these frontier models. So that is embedded into that. What is obviously that we as generative AI led into agentic AI. So that became, in fact, a very sweet spot for ServiceNow because, see, it's an automation platform. And now when you add AI to that, it just very immediately translated into an agentic platform for us. So that transition was very quick with the AI agents which we could build onto the platform.
Do you think a new company can be born today that could disrupt you because they are building it AI first?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think so. There is no doubt about it. I would. There is nobody who is in today can or ever could think about it that their business model cannot be disrupted. So it can be very easily disrupted. You just need to uh, be clear in terms of what is your value proposition, how you are creating value for your customer, whether it's AI or not AI. It's just,
I think the differentiation that you have delivered beyond product is your strategy of execution, right? You kind of like you've become like the de facto standard of organizations when it comes to workflow management in general,
that, yeah,
right?
I would say work like any enterprise, how the workflows, like you have to have automation. I would say automation is more important. If you look at it today, AI, what I've been hearing about it, having human in the loop. In automation, there was no human in the loop.
Right.
In fact, that's an overhead. Sometimes AI is creating overhead, or in some of, are we overdoing the AI component of it, which is creating the overhead? Not only the AI, the both the sides of the equation is getting costlier. The AI side is getting costly, and then the human in the loop is required to manage that and deploy it and day to day run that. In fact, the analogy I use about AI is, how many of you have any pet like a dog? Anybody has a dog? All right, okay. So in my analogy I use is AI is like a dog. It's like
Loving, devoted.
loving, but when you bring a dog, you're so excited. You bring a puppy at home, you're so excited, but you have to train it. You have to train that from day one. You have to train them. You have to take care of them every day. You cannot have a dog sit and it's like, okay, I got this dog and I'm gone for a
You
week.
pick up AI's doo doo.
Yeah, everything you have to do. You have to feed them. You have to walk them. You have to take care of them. You build guardrails in the house. Like I know my dog cannot go into the kitchen, cannot go in the bedroom, cannot get on these couches. So you have those guardrails when they're not doing the right thing. Then you have to.
I can tell we have very different parenting styles.
Yeah. So
when it comes to dogs.
Yeah, it's not me, but I can. It's a family thing. But again, it's like so. Like you cannot like AI is like that. So there is an overhead to it, right? We have to manage it, and that is the reason I give that analogy, because I think so most people can get that. You cannot deploy in being in this industry for such a long time. We have built systems and we can deploy and walk away, but AI systems you cannot walk away any day. And especially with AI agents, has been hearing about it. They can go rogue, they can do things you need to monitor. So it's getting more worse, I would believe.
Interesting analogy. Yeah, I kind of live for my dog, so I guess I'd land up working for AI if you let me. Awesome. Well, so tell me more about where you think the world is going, the future. Wow. Where are we going in the next 5 to 10 years with all this AI?
I wish I knew that. I would be betting on it. I think so. See, if I was thinking about it, AI definitely is disruptive in a way for AI to really work well. So again, go back to I equate consumer experiences and enterprise experiences. Consumer experiences, if you look at it, we are forgiving. Today, ChatGPT gives you an answer. Whether you don't like it, it's not 100% perfect, but you take it and then you move forward. Enterprise side, the data today shows AI is only 75% good.
That's right.
So 25% it is still incorrect out there. Can you imagine today when you go and do your bank transaction, it says, oh, it's okay, 25% incorrect bank. You'll not tolerate that, right? You're not going to tolerate 0.0001 cent also mismatch in your banking or your healthcare or any of that. So in the enterprise, the expectation is the same. So the challenge is what we will see in 5 years, you would say, is that it will level set somewhere, because and the challenge in the enterprise is data. It has been always there and will always be there, because the enterprise changes. We have done a good job in enterprise for structured data. Structured data has been, we have put governance around structured data. We have managed structured data really well. Snowflakes of the world and Databricks and all the platforms, MDM platforms, Informatica, everything has done really fantastic job to bring your structured data together. But the unstructured data, which is AI really needs, we don't have anything around that. We don't have any governance, like how much of content you have today and not there. Like, so that's where I see the challenge is. What I see is AI is disrupting, but it is not going to. There are jobs which are going to change for sure. It are changing, I would say, but there were new things. Like I feel like the unstructured data content is a critical aspect of it. This whole concept about AI agents, I might be on the other side of the fence a little bit in this front, that I think so we are overblowing some of these number of AI agents, because when I look at it, a lot of these AI agents, 95% of them are still automations. They are not autonomous.
That's right. Yeah.
And they are not like, you just don't let them run. You are sequencing them. You're orchestrating that. Hey, I need to execute this agent. I need to execute this agent. I need to execute this agent. So when you're threading it, basically you're putting a workflow. And when you're saying what to do, this AI agents I've seen inside ServiceNow. So we built so many agents, and we took all the automation and we built agents out of that. And it's like net, you're not getting any much value out of it. So that's what I see. Where I see in 3-4 years in the enterprise, what's going to happen, I would say the go-to-market function is going to be the biggest market, is going to benefit out of that. The vibe marketing, which Rohit, you were sharing, I think so that's going to be an interesting space. Karan was, I don't know what year he is, right? Hopefully I'm calling the right names out there.
That means ServiceNow is going to become a customer of one of these founders, right?
I saw ServiceNow name on that, right? So I think go-to-market area is really thing. The other one I know, autonomous, I know we talk about autonomous operations, autonomous enterprise. I think so that's going to be, I'll conclude on that. One area where I see autonomous operations is going to be the big one. I equate to autonomous vehicles. This morning also when I was driving up here, Waymo is all over the place. But autonomous vehicles did not happen overnight. It took you, like Waymo took how many, 10, 12 years we have been seeing in this, right? And it is now slowly expanding out there. So it's going to be, the enterprise is going to do the same thing. The challenge is the cars had the map. The cars have the real-time data, sensor data of people on the road and everything. And then the technology is there, fast technology to take actions based on that data. The problem in the enterprise is all the work is not done the same way. So there is no single map for how the work is done. So everybody has to create their own maps for autonomous enterprise. Everybody has to have the data, which all these Waymo cars have the cameras and the lasers and the lidars on it. But where is the data in the enterprise? I go back to that. So that is the challenge for autonomous enterprise. I think so. That's a great opportunity. If somebody can solve it, I think so that will be great thing.
Very fascinating. Yeah, absolutely. I think I'm in agreement on that.